Football fans, welcome to a beautiful day in Tampa for the Outback Bowl. Temperatures are expected to be in the low 80s at kickoff with a small chance of a quick squall coming through in the early afternoon. I'm Leo Haggerty with Night Sports Productions and It's Sports Magazines. To my right, our Big Ten correspondent, Jerome Vickers. Al Curtis here for another trip to Florida. And on our left, our SEC correspondents, Jason Rubin for about the 10th time, Carlos Rosaly joining us for the first time. Vic, who are the key players for Iowa on defense?
When you talk about Iowa's defense, there's three guys you have to look at. The first guy, you can't miss him. 6'4", 310-pound defensive tackle, Jaleel Johnson. Your second guy you have to look at is Josie Jewell. He has 114 tackles, averaging about 10 tackles per game. And then there's the Thorpe All-American, and that's Desmond King, the cornerback. Those are the key players.
Al, Iowa's been really criticized for their offense being conservative. How do they get by with it?
Well, Leo, the reason they get by with that offense is first down. They get over 6 yards per carry, 6 yards per first down. So they're 6 yards. They're second and four just about every time. So they're in real good shape there. They have LaShawn Daniels and they got Akram Wadley. They got two running backs. Wadley will get up to 1,000 yards today, so they're gonna have 2,000-yard rushers in that backfield. Each has 10 touchdowns. And they got a quarterback in C.J. Beathard, who's 21-6 as a quarterback. He's a starter. He takes care of the ball, Leo.
Let's take a look at the Florida defense. Jason, we know the DBs can cover. Can they tackle? You got 2,000-yard rushers coming at you.
They're going to have to today, Leo, because, that's the key to the game, is stopping that run. And they've been doing it all year. Florida has limited the big play. Their defense has been playing well all year. That's what got them here to the Outback Bowl. And their two cornerbacks, Tease Tabor and Quincy Wilson, are going to be playing on Sundays next year. And they're going to need to tackle today, and I think they're up to the job.
Carlos, the biggest secret, who's going to play quarterback?
Nobody knows.
You got Appleby, who's played against Iowa when he was up in the Big Ten. And you got a banged-up Del Rio. Who's going to be the QB?
I think they're going to have to go with Appleby. I think he's got the experience playing against Iowa, and plus he's healthy. It's hard to play with a hurt shoulder and then throw the ball down the field, and that's what's the problem with Luke Del Rio. And so I think they're going to have to go with Appleby today.
Let's go back to our Big Ten guys. JB, when you look at Kirk Ferentz, what is the defensive liability he has to cover up?
One thing he's got to look for as far as the outside rushing. He doesn't get much. They don't get much pressure on the quarterback from the outside, so that's a key thing.
When you look out at offense, where's their deficiency?
The deficiency again, Leo, is protecting Beathard. Today they're going to have trouble throwing it outside with those two great corners from Florida. So they're going to take the outside receivers are going to be out of the game. So he's going to have to look to go to the tight end, but they got to try to keep C.J. Beathard upright. That's their deficiency. Maybe the Heat also, Leo.
Yeah, could be, especially if they got to wear their black jerseys, right? Jason, we know Florida is defense. Is there a hole there somewhere we don't know about?
Not that I've seen so far. They had a lot of guys hurt towards the end of the season. They're getting some guys back now. Gerard Davis has been looking great at the outside linebacker position. I think they're going to get after the run today. I think they're going to play kind of nasty in front of a lot of Florida fans.
Los, after the Alabama game, it can't get any worse on offense, can it?
It was Alabama. Come on. They're number one in the country, so you got to give them a little bit of slack there. But, they're going to run into a little bit of trouble on offense. They've been pretty much stymied all year. It's not the Florida teams that have grown accustomed to in Florida Nation to see the Gators, run up the score and score a lot of points. That's not this team this year. It has been the defense that's got them where they are today.
Okay, keys to the game. Let's go back to my Big Ten guys. JV, defense, what has to happen for them to win?
What has to happen is the big players have to play big time. You have the All-Americans. You got the linebacker I mentioned before, and you also have King, the defensive back. Coach Ferentz says they're a fool if they go at King. King has 8 interceptions. If they pick on him, it could take them to the house the other day.
Al, what's the key? Now, Iowa is offensive tackle you. They're going to run the football, aren't they?
They're going to run the football, Leo, and inside the red zone, they've been in there 35 times. They've scored 27 touchdowns. Over 70% of the time in the red zone, they score a touchdown. They get in the red zone, they got to score touchdowns today, and they will. They will run the ball and get in that end zone.
Jason, defense again. What's the key for Florida?
Stopping the run, and stopping the run. Limit those big runs, limit those big plays, and rely on their defense. And I think offensively, they can open up the playbook. Last game of the season, it's a bowl game. Run a trick play, run a double reverse, run, the hit. It's just hook and ladder. Just do something to score points, because that's something they haven't been able to do, but I think they'll be able to pull out some crazy stuff today.
Carlos, offense. What's the key to the game for Florida?
As Appleby goes, so goes Florida. If he has a good game, they can come out as winners. If he has a terrible game, then it could be a long day for Florida Nation.
Gentlemen, you know the drill. It's put up or shut up time. JV, who wins and why?
I think Iowa wins. I think they win because of not only King is a great defensive back, he's also a special team return guy. Could be a return, could be a big play on returns. 24-21.
Al, what do you got?
I got Akron Wadley scoring late. Iowa winning 28-24. They go over 50 points. So the total is over 50. Akron scores with about 2 minutes left in the game. 28-24 Iowa.
Jason, who you got?
I got the Gators 24-6. I'm not sure how Iowa's going to get the 6, but I just think that the Gators defense is going to come after it today and maybe even get 2 touchdowns themselves.
Carlos, who do you got?
Well, sorry, Gator Nation. I've got Iowa winning this one by a field goal, 23-20.
I've got to make the decision here. It's going to be a very, very close game. Iowa's going to score enough points to win. A field goal in the second overtime. That'll be the decider. Leo Haggerty with Night Sports Productions. Jerome Vickers, Al Curtis, Jason Rubin, Carlos Rosaly. We'll talk to you after the game from beautiful Chamber of Commerce weather in Tampa. Hey, Iowa, make sure you hydrate.